Hi and welcome to Yoga with Ilona. I'm Ilona and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to successfully step forward from downward dog into a lunge. This could be a low lunge or a high lunge. As a beginner, I remember this is something I really struggled with, and I watched my yoga teachers stepping seamlessly from downward dog straight into a lunge with one step, and it just seemed impossible to me, and I would take 3 or even 4 steps to get forward into the lunge. So if you're finding this hard, then hopefully this video will give you a few tips of things to work on that will help you get there and find smooth transitions in your yoga practice. First of all, I'll just demonstrate to show what it is I'm talking about, and then I will take you through how to do it. So we'll start so when we come into downward facing dog in most vinyasa yoga classes, you will then be asked to lift your leg. So this is the first tricky bit. You need the strength to be able to lift your leg and come into 3-legged dog, and then step all the way forward and put your foot between your hands, ready to come up into either a high lunge or to just find a low lunge, for example, in your sun salutations. And what happens for a lot of beginners is that they struggle to lift their leg very high, and then they end up having to put their foot down sooner than they want to because they feel they haven't got the space or the strength to get the foot to the top of the mat, and then you end up doing this awkward wiggle thing, and then you get behind what everyone else is doing if you're in a face-to-face yoga class, and it can be really a struggle. So the key thing to understand here is that it's going to be your core strength which will help you get your foot all the way between the hands, and it's like thinking about coming into plank first. The first thing we're going to do is just practice lifting the leg and bring the knee forward in between the elbows, and then just coming back to downward facing dog. So from a tabletop position with your toes tucked under, take a deep breath in and then lift your knees to come into a really deeply bent knee downward dog, and then you can straighten out the legs coming into a nice strong downward facing dog. And we are going to lift the right leg high and then come forward as though into a plank, but then just bring the knee to nose. So this is a core exercise you might do. So you're lifting the pelvis really high and bringing the knee to nose. And then we'll just inhale again, lift the right leg high and bring it down again. At any point you can rest in child's pose if you need to. And we'll try that on the left side. So inhale, lift the left leg high, and then come forward with the shoulders, bringing them over the wrists as you draw the left knee forward towards the nose, engaging your core, really lifting your core, lifting your pelvis. And then inhale, lift the left leg once again. And we'll come down into the knees just for a rest. So what I was doing there was I was really lifting up with my whole body and using my core strength to keep my leg lifted and bring the knee all the way forward between my elbows. So it's going to be your core strength and making sure that you're really spreading your fingers wide so that you've got as much strength in your arms as possible. If you want to pause the video and practice that core exercise a few times, then that will help you when you come to step all the way forward into a lunge. And making your way back into downward facing dog, we'll try that again. Lifting the right leg high, lift it as high as you can, keeping the hips square, and then engaging the core, come forward slowly, making the same position with your shoulders as you would for a plank, and then drawing the knee all the way forward. And then we'll lift it high again, and bring it down onto the mat. And then we'll do that one more time on the left side. Inhaling, lift the left leg high, and then as you exhale, engage the core and scoop, scoop, scoop the knee forward as though between the hands. So again, practice that as many times as you need to feel like you're really understanding that engagement of the core as you shift your body weight forward onto the shoulders. And then we'll bring that into stepping into a lunge. Bringing your hands to the mat, push your way back into downward dog, and we'll inhale to lift the right leg high. Now engage the core, lift up. I'm lifting up onto the ball of my left foot and scooping the knee forward, 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 forward. And then I actually cheat a little bit and I lift the palm of my right hand so I have slightly more space under the right shoulder. So only when my knee is all the way up my nose do I step between the hands. Okay, and then I can come easily into my low lunge or high lunge. Okay, we'll try that again, but maybe on the left side this time so we don't end up wonky. Inhale to lift the left leg high. Engage the core, lift up onto the ball of the right foot, and then scoop, 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 scoop the knee forward and step it between the hands only when the knee has reached this position. And then come down into your lunge. And then we'll make our way back to downward facing dog and try that one more time on each side. So lifting the right leg high. Engage the core, lift the pelvis, lift the whole body and step between the hands. Take a breath here. And then we'll make our way back to downward dog, stepping back. And inhale, lift the left leg high. Scoop, 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 and step between the hands. Bring the right knee down and take a breath. And then we'll just make our way back into the knees. This is something that can be quite tiring to practice because it is an energetic thing to be doing, so don't give yourself a hard time about it if you're needing to take breaks and you're getting breathless, because it's something that requires a lot of physical strength. Just keep persevering, and as your yoga practice develops, this will become easier and easier, I promise. And it's totally okay if you do need to take 2 or even 3 or 4 steps forward to the top of the mat, as long as you're showing up for yourself. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you benefited from this video and found it helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments and tell me what you would like to see more of. I have a series of these how-to videos as a playlist on my channel, so if you hit the subscribe button you will see more of those. Thank you again so much for watching. Have a beautiful day.